All right. Welcome to the stream. All right. Man, I am excited because hopefully this thing works and it's going to be as awesome as I'm hoping it is. If you know anything about Papa Brad's Gaming, you know I'm a massive fan of the Dreamcast. And one of the things the Dreamcast never had was a wireless controller. The Dreamcast controllers have always been wired. Got a good example here of a battle-worn Dreamcast controller. It's even got some of that wonderful aging. Look at that. But man, we were always hindered with all of this to deal with, this stuff. And there's never been a solution for the Dreamcast that's been great that I have seen that would enable you to have a wireless joystick. So a while back, I was doing a lot of Dreamcast content over the summer on Papa Brad's Gaming, and I discovered this bad boy, and I've really enjoyed it. I'll put it up on the screen. This is a Retro Fighters Dreamcast joystick. And this just has that modern shape, you know. It feels more like a modern controller. It's not so odd, you know. It doesn't have all these crazy edges all over it. To be honest with you, once I got this became my primary joystick for playing my Dreamcast. We're talking a little bit about my Dreamcast that I'm going to do tonight, but I actually ordered something pretty cool. So I was very happy with this. So when I heard that Retro Fighters was going to make a wireless Dreamcast joystick, I had to jump on that. That was something I had to check out. So without any further delay, let's unbox it. Excited. So glad you're here with me tonight. T. McCloskey is sick, so I decided I was always saving this stream for a rainy day. And today is a rainy day because my friend is sick, and I'll do a stream if you're here. Thank you for being here. And let's check it out. Do a little unboxing action. This joystick's nothing special. It is available from Amazon, so you don't have to go anywhere exotic. You can get it from Retro Fighters or Amazon. I think it's the same price. It's about $50. Which I think is very reasonable for something that's such a niche product. I mean, I can't imagine this is going to be a massive seller. You never know. I mean, it is the only one, okay? So I don't want to give away. I don't want to dox myself, but basically a standard Amazon box. Y'all get them. Y'all have seen them in the mail. And let's open this mug up. Let's see what we got. Wow, no branding. Okay, so a white box. Okay, let's take it a little further. It's got a sticker. Break that seal. Got a sticker and a flap. Here we go. Let's see what we got. What? Oh, look at that. Look at that. It's a box inside a box. They must be hanging out with New Wave Toys. They must be hanging out with New Wave Toys. Now, this is the way you ship a product. When you care about your product, you ship it with a box inside of a box. It's shipped in a box, and man, this box is pristine. It's perfect. And I bet you could even take this original box. Look how much they care. You could probably take this original box and flip it inside out and have this cool Retro Fighters box. That's pretty cool. They don't have to do that. Fighting for retro. Okay, well, we're starting off with a good start. Let's take a look at the box before I open the box. I chose the blue model. Comes in blue, white, and black. 3 colors. Blue, white, and black comes in. And I did want to show you. I bought the blue because I've always had nostalgia for the blue. Because look at that, baby. I got the blue Dreamcast. Got the blue Dreamcast controllers. So this to me, like this hit all the nostalgia buttons. something I had to try. Like I said, I already had the Retro Fighters joystick. I knew I liked it. It was good. I liked the more modern form factor. Being able to play my Dreamcast games. Been enjoying it, to be honest with you. It's a very good company. So we're going to check this out. So let's continue unboxing. Welcome to the chat. High scores on tap. Welcome to the chat, Shane the Fordian. Welcome. Yeah, I love Revolt. Revolt's an awesome game. Let me put on a little something here by myself. Put on a little background music. Just soft. Let's see, where's it at? Let's see. We'll play this one. I like this track. Just play a little bit in the background. Okay, so let me read the specs first, okay? Striker DC, compatible with original Sega Dreamcast. Comes with a VMU dock. Has a Hall effect analog sticks. 30-foot wireless range. Wireless vibration feedback. Updatable firmware. Comfortable and accurate D-pad. Turbo functionality. Comfortable and ergonomic design. USB-C rechargeable, which everyone has USB-C stuff. And 10 hours of battery life per charge. Okay, so 10 hours. Okay, let's open it up and see what we got. I did set up a camera. Getting fancy pants McGee on you here. We're going to go fancy pants and switch to my opening cam. Must have lost my mind setting up an opening cam. What am I doing tonight? Let me find it. Let's see. There it is. The Game Station, Atari Game Station right there. Been fooling around with that a little bit. I haven't gotten too deep into that, but my friend's gotten real into it. He's doing all kinds of cool things with it. Go open it from the bottom. Okay, let's see what we got. Okay, here we go. Open her up. Rip it. Let's see. Okay. 2 boxes. It looks like it's 1, 2 boxes we get. I must look at that. Must be the way they're doing the VMU. If you don't know, this Sega Dreamcast had a little special memory card with a screen on it called a VMU. And we're going to see how they make that work with this wireless joystick. So let's check it out. Okay, last look at the box. There's all the information on the box. There's the front of it. Okay, I'll start with the joystick itself. Okay. We got something in there. Okay, first box gone. Got a little control instructions. Okay, instruction manual. How to pair it. Okay, I might have to read that. We'll see how easy it is to do. Okay, so let's look at this thing. In front of you, you see a modded Sega Dreamcast in a purple case. This Dreamcast has actually has been modded. It does have the GDEMU mod done to it. So leave that right there so we can compare them. Might be kind of cool. Okay, here we go. Look at that. Wow. That looks pretty darn cool compared to the original. Not bad. Okay. Let's take this out. The next part, let's look at the look at this solution. What is this? How are they going to pull this off? Let's see what we got here. Charging cable. Fancy there. Oh, wow. Okay. Okay, so you have like a dongle, and it's kind of angled, so if it sits in front of the Dreamcast, I guess you could read the VMU. That's kind of a cool touch. Plug that in. And it's lighting up. What do I do with my memory card? A sec. Memory card. I can just take this one out. Okay. Put in this black one. Put it in. I don't know if you can see it. Let me see if you can see that. You all see that? So now we have the Marvel vs. Capcom 2 is what I got loaded into my Dreamcast right now. And how easy it is to pair it. It's like you just hit one button and the other, maybe. Let's find out. Go to my Dreamcast. Let's see here what we got. Oh yeah, I just hit the start button. Just hit the start button. Let's check it out. Let's play a little bit of maybe a little bit of Marvel vs. Capcom 2 real quick. Give this thing a quick check. Start. Arcade mode. Cable. Man. Okay. Wonder if I have a different, better screen. Let's try this. There we go. Testing all the buttons right now. There you go. Boom. Nice. Okay. Shot in action. Grenade. There you go. That's for you. Enjoy. Think you may have another. There you go. And let's hit it with that. Boom. Look at that. Perfect. Perfect. Effortless. Effortless. Mega Man's always a pain because he's so little. He's smaller than the other characters. So like a lot of like this character's hits, none of them hit. So we'll have to see if we can get them. I could switch characters. Go with our Iron Man or something. I'll go with Cyclops. That'd be cool. This is he can he duck and shoot? Yeah, he can actually duck and fire his optic blast. So his that enables him to hit Mega Man. That was that one. Half circle. Circle A. Let's see if I can hit him with a finishing move to take him out. It's okay. I got lots of life. Not gonna matter, dude. It's not gonna matter. Boom. Look at that. Like butter. Like butter. Okay. Let me go back to the screen here. Let's see here. Sorry, I 1 minute. I got a lot of stuff going on. Let's see. Okay, so my initial impressions are very good. Very good. This has like no lag. I mean, you saw I just effortlessly pulled off the combos of Marvel vs. Capcom that uses all 4 buttons and the triggers. I thought that was a pretty good one to test it with. Let me see. Sorry, let me get back to the chat here. Let's see. We got Jason coming in. Yeah, I couldn't get on the leaderboards. My score wasn't high enough, and but I've learned how to play thanks to High Scores and Tap. I'm learning the rules of that game, the Grinch Pinball. I'm enjoying it. I'm gonna play again tomorrow for sure, and I'm gonna get on those leaderboards. You don't worry about that. But I'm loving that table. Scores are on the leaderboards. Yep. Carlo's waiting for a VCS sale after Christmas. Yeah, I'll definitely get the rest of the games. I need more. I actually maxed out my memory on my VCS, buying all the recharge games. I actually put this plastic shell on. You can buy these. I think I got it on eBay. It was kind of expensive. I think it came from another country and it took a long time to get. But basically, all you need to do this mod. I have this mod on my Papa Brad's gaming channel. And all you need to do this mod is a screwdriver. That's all you need to do it. Goofyfoot's getting ready to fire up the Grinch. Yeah, I might have to do that. I might not even make it to tomorrow. I might have to do it tonight. Yeah, Marvel vs. Capcom 2. Carlo's getting another game station as a gift. Yeah, definitely check out Nick's reviews. He's putting a lot of cool stuff on the game station. It's a cool console, very, very good console for the money. So that's about it. Let me show off my Dreamcast real quick. Let's see. There's a trick you can do if you hit all 4 buttons and both triggers. I don't know if it'll do that with this. Probably not. Let me just reset it. Okay, I'm turning it off. I'm going to show you this machine a little bit real quick. But the way this works, this has had the GDEMU mod done to it. And if you can see in there, it basically is an optical drive replacement. And it replaces the optical drive on the Sega Dreamcast. And so let me fire it up. And what it does, after you've done this mod, allows you to basically, instead of running an actual disk, you run an image. Oops, flip that over. Okay. I had to hit the sync button to turn on the joystick. I'm not going to set the date. Typically, a Dreamcast is pretty common because these are so old. The batteries, they go out. So this is typical. Like when you boot it up, you're probably going to get where you have to enter the date every time. This controller is available on Amazon. It's also available from Retro Fighters. Hey, got someone coming in. Look who we got. Look who we got. Welcome to the stream. A true gamer has come to join me. Welcome. Welcome to Papa Brad Live. I'm so glad you're here.
Yeah, well, I felt like I owed you, so I can't.
Oh, you don't owe me anything, but you know,
I gotta make some turkey brine here soon. I'm gonna be making that turkey brine.
It's gonna be a quick one because we just played some Marvel vs. Capcom 2 with this. Check this out, Steps. A wireless Dreamcast controller made by Retro DC, and they even figured out how to make the VMU work. Check this out. It's got a little angled piece that shows you the VMU.
Did you spend your own money on this controller, or is it for purpose of review?
This is not for purpose of review. I spent my money. I actually paid for this. Yes, I'm not. I'm not shilling this because I have a horse in the race or I got this for free. But yeah, Retro Fighters, hook a brother up. Retro Fighters. Yeah, Papa Brad would like to be added to your list. But I do love this. It's
available on Amazon.
Amazon or on Retro Fighters. It's like $50. $50 well spent. I initially got the wired one. I really liked it. And this just came out, so like I see they're still available on Amazon, but they'll probably sell out of them because it's kind of a niche product. But let me pull this up. I don't know if you've seen this before, Steps. Have you ever seen the GDEMU mod for the Sega Dreamcast?
I did not, but
let me show you this. This is really cool.
Yeah,
let me show you this.
Show it to me, and then I gotta go run and get something because I have a Retro Fighters product too.
Do you have a Retro Fighters product? That is crazy.
Yes,
so let me pull this up real quick, and I want to make the Dreamcast big, but basically you get a menu system, and look at this. Look at all the games I can pick from. This is nuts.
Oh, okay.
All these games.
You modded it, and you took the CD out and put in that device.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. All these games.
I saw that.
Every one of these games is on this one little machine. I have all these great games. And the thing is, they run exactly like they run on disc. It's just running it off the memory card.
Yep, that's pretty awesome. Yeah, and, I definitely was something I was interested in when I saw Mad Little Pixel do it. You know, there's a lot of people out there trying to be Mad Little Pixel. I don't think you are though.
Yeah, I'm not trying to be Mad Little Pixel. I am Papa Brett. I'm a one-off original, just like you. There's no one like Steps Gaming. There's no one like Papa Brad. So let me show off a few games real quick. Let me fire up Dead and Alive for a second. And this is another one I like a lot. I know you're into the fighters, and the Capcom.
Is this Dead or Alive 2?
This is Dead or Alive 2. Capcom had a ton of fighters on the Dreamcast. Dreamcast was
the reason why is because they had partnership with Sega on the Naomi board, and basically all those arcade games that Sega and Capcom did during that era ported perfectly to Dreamcast.
Yeah, this is the Japanese one. There's one little brief nudity in the beginning, so
yeah, this is how I started playing Dead or Alive, I think.
Yeah. I never played the original. Dead or Alive 2 was the first one I'd ever played.
Yeah, that was it to me too.
But I mean, great game. And of course, Soul Calibur, you know, my favorite fighters on the Dreamcast, and they had so many. I really liked Soul Calibur, Dead or Alive 2, of course, Marvel vs. Capcom 2, and they even have Third Strike.
Yeah, I played a lot of Third Strike. I had a Dreamcast, I had a modded one. It had the Japanese mod, so I could play Japanese games.
That's cool.
Power Stone 2.
There's the infamous Kasumi kick.
Yeah, Power Stone 2 is amazing. Street Fighter 3 Third Strike was amazing, obviously on the Dreamcast. So was Marvel Capcom. Capcom
not to forget, they also had Power Stone, which is like a kind of, I don't know what you call that, like a beat 'em up. It's kind of a
it's like a Smash Brothers type game.
Brothers game. Yeah.
It's I got two. I didn't have the first one. They're both on Dreamcast though. I had Power Stone 2. I had the Japanese version. I got it early.
This kick is way overpowered. Yeah. I always spam that kick because it usually gets the job done.
I haven't played this game in forever. It was such a fun game, and then it's weird because I think they still make it kind of. I think they have the same version for a while, but it just hasn't been as popular as it once was. I think its big heyday was on the Xbox 360, but this was a good precursor.
Yeah.
I have a lot of hours, probably the most fighting game hours I have in a game, at least like in my youth. Is 100% Soul Calibur 2. It's not Street Fighter, it's not Marvel Capcom, it's Soul Calibur 2.
Now, what extra characters did you get in Soul Calibur 2? Was that the one that had Darth Vader in it?
It came with let's see. Sorry, you got me thinking now because there's so many different ones. It has Spawn in the Xbox version. It's got Heihachi in the PS2 version, and it has Link in the GameCube version. So depending on which platform
which version? Depends on what you get, right?
It is who you got, and then
I need to focus.
There is a more definitive version on Xbox 360 that I have on my Xbox Series S. I have they don't sell it anymore, but it's called.
Close. I thought I was going to lose.
But it's Soul Calibur 2 HD Online, and if you find people, people that have the game, you can play online Soul Calibur 2. And it has both Heihachi from the PS2 version and Spawn from the Xbox version. You could be both characters.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I think they delisted it because I'm hoping they're coming out with a Soul Calibur collection that would be the dream right there, I think.
The thing that's amazing, like this is real Dreamcast hardware, and you actually have you can put an HDMI cable on it. They have a little adapter you get.
Yeah.
Because the Dreamcast was so forward thinking that they had actually made it where it worked with VGA. So there's a little adapter you get, and it works perfectly with HDMI. Look how crisp this picture is. It's insane, huh?
I remember I hooked my Xbox 360 up with a VGA adapter I had to buy to my
the VGA to HDMI.
I had a monitor.
Look at the sharpness. I mean, like here's what I don't get. Steps. Why are we not playing games like this on our home arcades? Why has nobody brought this? These kind of better 3D Naomi games that the Dreamcast had? There's definitely a need to have this on an arcade.
The only one capable of running it right now would be the iiRcade, and when that 4K Legends Ultimate comes out, that will be capable of running it as well.
Yeah.
I don't think that they got enough power, or at least enough RAM in the arcade one-ups. Obviously they got it to run, but I don't want something just to run. It needs to run well.
Neither do I. Do you think? I wonder if the ACT games will be powerful enough to run these Dreamcast games.
It will, 100%.
You think it will be?
Yeah, it's supposed to be slightly faster than the iiRcade, like it upgraded over the iiRcade one, and the iiRcade can run it.
Yeah.
So you should be.
It's just not easy. It's not an easy thing. I've seen like videos. I don't know how it seems to be.
It'll run fine once you get the Viper board from Glenn.
There we go.
Just the iiRcade operating system as is only designed to run that special version of MAME that's on it.
Yeah.
So
MAME
it's weird.
2.21 or whatever.
Yeah, because for example, I have Keith Courage and Alpha Zones running on my iiRcade, which is a TurboGrafx game, because somebody made a MAME version and it runs. And it's pretty awesome. I can play Keith Courage on my iiRcade, but
got a Goofy Foot wishing you Merry Christmas. Got Jason saying hi there, Steps Gaming.
And then here's my adapter. This plugs into the back of my Nintendo 64, and then I got HDMI.
I'm glad I got the GDMU when I did. When I got it, it wasn't that expensive. They have went up in price, and I'm not sure why. I don't know if they're a little bit more rare, but basically, once you have this, you can get every game. Or most of them. You can't get every game. You can't get every game, but you can get most of them.
How much was it?
When I bought it, I want to say it was like $70.
That's what's it now? 120, 150?
I think it's up there, yeah.
This little device here that gives you HDMI without a hard mod to your N64. This is $150 adapter when I bought it.
Wow.
I bought this during COVID. I during COVID, before I bought the Marvel Capcom Arcade 1-Up, and I was bored during COVID, I bought 2 Nintendo 64s, 20 N64 controllers. I was repairing the controllers during COVID, and I bought like a stacks of N64 games. So that was my hobby right before the Arcade 1-Up during COVID, and then I had a COVID hobby of Arcade 1-Up after that.
I don't think I'll be able to run this game. I'll try though. I'll try.
Yeah. Oh, that old guy with the white beard.
He's so hard, man. He is so cheap. He's gonna start. He does this attack where he starts blowing wind at you. Oh, see the. Come on now.
Yeah, I have a lot of memories of playing Dead or Alive, but I know I had it on Dreamcast, but I played it the most on the Xbox 360. Xbox 360 was such a good system, and it's the one mistake.
Yes.
The one mistake is like,
boom.
I played a lot of Xbox 360 in its early days, and then as the Xbox 360 got older, my life changed, and then I had kids and all that, and so there's a lot on the Xbox 360 at the back half that I just missed, including Marvel vs. Capcom 2 HD online, which sucks because that would have been great to still have.
Anyway, look at that. Steps, I still have it. Beat the game first time, not playing it in quite a while. First time through, beat the game with Kasumi. But anyway, this joystick is amazing. I would highly recommend it. If you're a fan of the Dreamcast, don't sleep on it. It's pretty good.
Let me show you what I got real quick. Hold on.
Okay, look, I'm just gonna make this credits here. Let me make these bigger.
I'll be right back.
Okay.
Just let me back in, okay?
I'll let you back in. Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. We're checking out the ending of DOA 2 on the Dreamcast, played with a wireless joystick for the first time. Baked Beans says he has a retro fighter for his PS2 and his GameCube. They work amazing and cannot wait to get this and Xbox OG controller in January. Yeah, I have to say, color me impressed. I mean, and keep in mind, I did not get this for free. I just bought off of Amazon, but I have been a lifelong massive Dreamcast nerd and fan. Missed the console when it came out. Was too busy doing other things. But discovering the Dreamcast after it was gone, it was a great system. You know, they had so many great games on the Dreamcast. It's fun. You can pretty much play all of them now. Let's see here.
Hello.
Yeah. Okay. You're back. We get us back on. Hold on. There we go.
All right. So first off, this is my personal Nintendo 64.
Mm-hmm.
I sold my original N64 probably when I was in college, probably because I got a PS2 or something. But this one I got during COVID from Japan. It's a Japanese N64. Awesome.
What color is that? The blue?
It's that fantastic blue. But the bottom is white, like a smoke white, and
it's great.
And then I got the expansion pack in there, and in here I modded that slot with the 3D printer so that it will both take the size of the Japanese cartridges as well as the US cartridge, so I could pop any cartridge I want, Japanese or US, in that machine.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah, so I just like to show that. And of course, that's how that adapter.
I'm saying, like, you know, I'm just saying for me,
that adapter.
As a retro gamer, I'm saying bring back clear plastic. I mean, look how cool that looks. I always loved it, like this when they do this, like clear, when you can see the electronics on the inside. That's why I actually took all my Dreamcasts apart and modded them and put them into different colored cases that are clear plastic. Always thought this was cool, and I wish they would go back to doing stuff like this.
So this is an N64 Retro Fighters Brawler. It's a more modern style N64 controller, so it doesn't have the joystick and the third handle. It's got it up there like an Xbox controller, and yeah, this is the Retro Fighters product I have. And
I'm scared to ask. Was it not good? Because I'm getting a little vibe. You could say it's not good if you didn't like it. I mean, just be honest. Did you like it? Was it good?
It's fine. It's fine. I have a couple of them. This is down in our little bookshelf with a lot of games and stuff. My son has access to it, and he actually has one of the two in his room. And this one's sitting there. I haven't played my N64 in a hot minute, you know, but I have it here. But see, there it is.
That is awesome. I like that. It looks great.
So it's good if you're playing certain games, right? And it worked fairly well. I will say some games I prefer the original controller, but it's not a bad device to have. It's definitely a cool controller to have on hand.
When I got the wired controller, look at this. They put this in there, and I've just had it hanging on my mic stand that I use the stream off of. But you missed the beginning of the review, but just like New Wave Toys, this was shipped with a box inside a box. And when I say it came in perfect condition, it was like you could tell they care about this product by the way they boxed it up.
You could definitely buy that or this controller at Castlemania Games. And if you want to save 20%, put #Papa. No, I'm just kidding.
Yeah, right.
It gets you 20% off, and yeah. Anyway, we wish, right? Anyway.
Yeah, we wish. We're not professional YouTubers. I'm not.
But this is a cool controller to have. I already had two wired ones. I didn't order the wireless when that came out, but I have a ton of N64 controllers. I'm almost like an N64 controller collector. These are things you don't know about Steps, because Steps has been talking home arcade. But
yeah, well, I mean, these classic consoles are fun. You know, You missed my. I have a new knife. I know you like it. I know you like my knife.
Another knife?
Yeah, look at this one. The Punisher. That's crazy, huh?
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Did you ever see?
It's weird. It has this little thing on it, and you can like one hand it. When did knives start having that? They make all these crazy knives anymore. When did that happen?
This D-pad is great. This is a good look at this D-pad. You can tell it's a good D-pad.
Yeah.
It has a curve to it. It's nice. I mean, I love this plate. It's right in front of me here, but this PlayStation 4 controller. You see, I like that D-pad. It's got a curve to it. It fits. It rolls well. This bullshit. Sorry, pardon my French. On this Xbox.
Oh yeah, that's not even a D-pad. Oh my god, I would hate that.
That D-pad is awful.
That would trigger me. That would trigger me.
Give me the Sega Genesis D-pad over that any day, and that D-pad isn't that great either.
Yeah.
But yeah. If this was bad, I tell you, I think it's a pretty decent controller. It depends on my mood, you know. Sometimes I want to play with the retro N64 controller. I want that feel. But other times it's like this fits well, you know. So
yeah.
I wish I had them all right now, but I think they're all in my son's room. But I have 3 controllers that are exactly like this. They're blue on the top and white on the bottom.
Oh, that's cool. That's cool.
Yeah. Yeah, it was great. I had great timing on getting that stuff because the prices went way up after that.
Yeah.
And I didn't have to clean.
Do they make something for the Nintendo 64 like a EverDrive cart where like it's a cart that can play a bunch of the games? Do they make something like that?
They do, but the thing is, like, I started collecting actual cartridges.
Okay.
This is only like a third of them. I'll bring them. I'll show you what I got right now.
Okay, cool.
This may less than a third. This is that many. But I just bought these all during COVID. We got
GoldenEye.
GoldenEye.
Classic. Everyone loves that one.
Ridge Racer 64.
Upside down.
Okay. Mario Kart 64 Japanese version.
Cool.
And so look at this. Let me show you. This is the difference. The Japanese cartridges, you see how they have that?
Oh, look at that.
And then the US cartridges, see how they're different?
A different spot, so you can't use the other country's cartridge, but it's just cut out, huh? That is insane.
So I have a 3D printed holder inside my system that it doesn't have a gap for any of this.
So it's like that was their copy protection, was to do a different mold for the cartridge. That is insane.
Yeah, this is
Blitz
2000.
Wait a minute, does that have late hits?
Yes, it does.
That has the late hits.
That definitely has the late hits.
So we were going backwards and sideways when they made that game.
Yeah, a lot of my good games are going to be downstairs with my son, unfortunately. Like, I have Virtual Pro Wrestling 2, the wrestling game that was in Japan that everybody wants. I have that. I have that physical cartridge. But NHL 99 for the N64. I always like that game, the 94, obviously. But this one's pretty good, too. This is, like, probably one of my top 5 games ever on the N64. I was a big WCW fan, and WCW NWO friends. When you hook this up and you play with 4 players, and then you play the Battle Royale, and then like what would happen is you dock your friend out. They'd be Hulk Hogan or something, and then the person that came out that they got to play would be random after that. So it was always fun because you'd be like, "Damn it, you took out my Hogan," and then all of a sudden now it's like. You'd laugh at the person because now they have to be a crappy wrestler like Shark Boy or Sick, whatever, Psychosis, something like that. And you'd be like, that was part of the fun of it. And then this is the creme de la creme right here. This is the Zelda Ocarina of Time gold cartridge.
Cartridge.
In order to get this, you had to pre-order this, okay?
Oh, wow.
And I got
this. That's a collectible.
I had this originally because I pre-ordered it and I had it and I sold it. And I'm like, damn it. And I wanted the gold cartridge when I got it again. And I found somebody selling it on Facebook Marketplace for like $30 because they had marker written their name and stuff on it. Look at it. Look at it now.
Oh, yeah. You could take that marker off. What did you use to take it off? What did you use?
I used Nintendrew's video. Nintendrew.
Okay.
He says how to do it. Whatever he said to do, that's what I did. I don't quite remember, but I got it off. I still haven't taken it off the Ridge Racer. I'll have to go back and look. I don't know if it's alcohol and a Q-tip, maybe. I don't know. But he showed it.
Welcome to the stream, Thumper Squid. He says his ALU controls stopped working today.
Did your warranty
have this issue?
Did your warranty end?
I hope not. I hope everything's resolved. I would probably start by powering everything down and repowering it up. Here we go. Look at Carlo. Carlo's going to tell him what to do. Hook up a wireless keyboard to it and do a health check. If it says MCU by showing NG in your controller board, could be fried. Sometimes AtGames can send you a firmware to fix it.
That's nice. Does he work for AtGames, Carlo?
No, but he knows. He's
a super fan.
He's a super fan. He's got multiple ALPs and multiple ALUs. I have 2 ALUs, but soon I'll have 2 AtGames pinballs too. So, but I'm nowhere near as big of. I mean, I do like AtGames, but Carlo knows this stuff really well.
Can't you fix it by putting in like couldn't you get an AtGames Legends Gamer deck or a
That's true. If you have the Legends Gamer Pro, it has the same connectors. You can hook that mug up to it and test the control deck. They're interchangeable. You can plug it in. It just plugs in with the same cable. You know.
Yeah. I'm curious to see if they release any other skins on that ALU. And I'm hoping they redo. I'm hoping they redo that KI skin. It needs to be the same on both sides. It just looks. I looked at it again and I go, no. I
think it's just my opinion. My opinion is it needs work. And it's funny. You know what? I don't like to talk about the influencer group, but man, they're like an echo chamber in there. They're all telling how wonderful it looks and how great it is. And I'm like, that's not what my viewers are telling me. They're not all saying that, and I'm not getting that in the chat.
I think
they're all echoing. I mean, I guess they want to get a free one. They're like, if I say this looks great, I'll get a free one. But I got news for you. I don't think they're sending out free ones. So
they need to do this one of two things. If they have to keep the lightning because they can't go all black because Arcade 1-Up has a deal or something, I don't know what it'd be. Then they need to put the lightning with the spinal on the other side and dump Orchid, because that Orchid with the sunset doesn't mix with the lightning. It looks awkward. If you can make it all black and keep spinal on both sides, that's the ticket. Make it all black, put spinal on the side, put the retro KI logo up at the top. Problem solved.
I literally showed the pictures to someone who is not an arcade fan, and they looked at it and they said, "What happened with the front?" And I was like, "That's exactly what I said." It's like
make it all black.
They were like, all black. They liked both sides, but they were like, "This the front of this thing is not looking too sharp."
I think it's the front of it throws off that second side of being KI2 too, because it doesn't blend well.
It doesn't.
I think they tried to blend it.
They tried to do a mashup.
I don't know who did the Photoshop work for them, but I think any Arcade 1-Up YouTuber that has Photoshop could make a better cabinet. I hate to say that.
I hate to say it, but I will not go in there and be an echo chamber to get free stuff. I mean,
that's fine.
I'm just gonna say what I have to say, and if it is what it is. Maybe the next skin they'll do all love, but for me, I don't know. I would try going, if you already opened it up. The hard part is when people are typing. I know how hard it is to type. I'm a terrible typist, but if you haven't opened it up, I would open it up and disconnect the wire and reconnect it. That's what I would try. I think something like that happened to me once. Yeah.
Carlo agrees. The art needs
to be turned out. I mean, literally someone who's not into home arcade. I said, look at these pictures and tell me what you think. And they were like, I don't like the front of it. They liked both sides. They just didn't like the front.
Yeah,
and the other thing is, you know where they made a mistake too? Like not showing the LCD marquee that changes with the games. Like from a static picture, you don't get an idea of what makes that cab so great. When you're flipping through the games, like you can see behind me my LED version rifling through these games with the awesome marquees. Imagine having a video screen with a crystal sharp picture, like with scans of all the classic arcade games. That's what you're going to have with this,
Yeah,
They could have made
so
it cheaper by not doing that. I mean, that is a very expensive upgrade.
if they want that marquee in there that changes with the game title, I think it makes more sense to make the cabinet all black too. Put Spinal on both sides. Put the KI logo up top, the red one, the old school one, not the KI gold from the N64 logo, the old school one, and then let the marquee rock and change titles. That's fine. It'll look okay because everything's black, and then KI fans get their Spinal on the side. That's what I would do personally if it was me. Keep it simple, stupid. Sometimes simple's better. Sometimes simple's
it
better.
is. Sometimes simple is better. You know.
Yeah. The control deck does not need any change. Do not change.
Yeah, don't touch the control deck. Control deck is.
Control deck was perfect.
Wow, perfect. Yeah, don't touch that. Leave that alone. And I can tell you from an emulation, a gamer, from someone who plays a lot of classic arcade games, that setup is going to work well for playing like 95% of classic arcades. And that's what you want on a good multi-cade. You got to have a good control setup. Jason says, keep us posted, Thumper Squid, on your control panel story. I would like to hear what happens with you. So just let me know how it works out. Jason says they need to go back to skeletons. Leave it alone. Don't want to be a clone of Arcade 1-Up, but there has to be a happy medium. The shape is fine. They just really need to redo the art. Yeah, the shape is growing on me. You know, I wanted a fatter cabinet, and I said that when I first saw it, but it's kind of growing on me the more I look at it. I think just the art is affecting me the most.
It is. It totally is.
I think the design is pretty good from looking at it today. Yesterday it was so shocking. I'm like, there are other YouTubers that are saying, someone said it has too much purple. And I was like, well, it does. It's like, it's completely, it's like the purple.
Why does it have purple? Why does it have purple?
Shotgun Sean told me that the original Killer Instinct, purple was a big thing with it.
There's no purple.
He's telling me there is purple.
Where?
I don't know.
Pull up the original cabinet. So here's the other thing. Okay. I like KI2. I prefer KI2, but 99% of people disagree with me. Okay.
Yeah.
Most people remember Killer Instinct 1. Killer Instinct 1 outsold the hell out of Killer Instinct 2 in the arcade.
Yeah.
And you got to sell what the people want. And what the people want is their cabinet to look like KI1. So you do that.
It's Mutant Football League colors. No, Goofy. Don't, I hope not. Anyway.
Yeah, you could pull it up, can't you? The KI cabinet? Because it's all black, man. That's the KI was black and red and it had blue buttons. Okay.
I do want to torture you one more time before I remove this. I want to torture you one more time with this because you missed this, and I want to watch it one more time before I take it off the screen. This is cool. I like this little thing. Let's see if I can get it to do it. You have to do it again?
The design of that controller, even though it doesn't look like a Dreamcast controller, it looks like it fits.
Playing, or am I looking crazy? That's playing good.
I like it.
Yeah, I had to play that one more time, but I just thought that was cool. So, yeah, I could probably pull it up. Where would be a good place to go to get an image of Killer Instinct, the arcade game?
Images.
Just type it in Google?
Yeah, images.google.com.
Okay, hold on. Let me open up a window and just type it in. Images, okay. Killer Instinct 1 or 2?
1.
Cabinet. Okay, here we go. Boom. Okay, I'm going to pull this up. I don't know if you can you present it? I don't know if you can from my site.
Wait, you can't present it from there?
I can. Just give me a minute. I'm
okay.
Not the best. I am an amateur YouTuber. Let's see. Make sure I pick the right window here.
I'll sit here and drink my Dr. Pepper.
Yeah.
Because, I'm a guest. There's no stress.
Yeah. There's no stress. There's no stress ever. When you're on Papa Brad Live, this is a no stress channel.
Okay, they're showing the arcade one-ups. We don't want the arcade one-ups.
You got keys to the front door if you want to come in.
So here you could tell which ones are real down here under the arcade one-ups.
Wait a minute, Steps. These are all arcade one-ups.
Yeah, we don't want those.
Where's the real ones?
Down there. See, there's a couple real ones there.
That's the real one, huh?
I think so. Oh no, that was weird. That's not right.
Weird, man. That's creepy. There, that guy's creepy. That's creepy.
Look up one more row.
There we go. How about that?
That's good. That's perfect.
That's it. Okay, so there's it's mirrored on the other side, isn't it? Just the same image.
Yes.
Both sides.
Where is the purple? Okay. Now there's this silver metallic.
You would almost say the logo, but the logo is actually blue in this picture. It's not purple.
Yeah, it's more of a blue that matches those blue buttons that are on the control.
What did they nail that control panel? Huh? That looks just like it.
Yeah, the buttons, and
this one they must have replaced the buttons and sticks because usually they're lighter blue.
Yeah, the buttons were originally lighter blue, but you can't really find that lighter blue anymore. So actually, at games
probably with HAP.
So why did they spend the time to match the buttons? But
that's
then
blood red there.
Match red. Yeah, so
not purple, blood red. Blood red.
Yeah. So here's the thing: the original Killer Instinct 1 had black T-molding. Okay, black T-molding. Now my custom arcade 1-up KI1 has red that I put because I just wanted it to pop. But like, if you want to be true to the original, it's black. If you go to an arcade nowadays, you'll see black. You'll see red, or you'll see the blue button color. Those are the typical 3 T-moldings you'll see. And I'm by no means a KI expert, but I've looked at a hell of a lot of KI cabs when I was trying to...
When you were doing that project where you were changing your artwork, I'm sure you looked at a bunch of them.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, it's still a replica.
Yeah, I don't see any purple. I mean, I'm just looking at the ones that look like they're the actual real arcade cab.
There's no purple. There's no purple.
I'm not seeing any purple anywhere.
I don't know who said that there was purple because there's not. Okay. I'm not telling anybody to buy any arcade one-ups. Yeah, I'm just saying
that's the KI2 control panel.
Yeah, so you could tell it was a conversion. It was a conversion, and that's why it has the light blue buttons. It used to be a KI1.
Oh, this one's definitely authentic. Hot Rod Arcade. Look at this one. Can I make it bigger?
Yeah.
There you go.
The Killer Instinct's more blue. On the arcade 1-up, they made it silver for some reason. And part of the reason why the art on the arcade
all kind of pictures.
Okay,
here we go. Here we go. There's a ton of pictures. $1,500.
That's the same price as that's the same price as the at game for a real KI. But
yeah, well, look how beat up this thing. This thing's a project too. I mean, it's not in good shape. But I mean, yeah, you could bring it back. You could bring it back. You know, this is a real arcade.
Now look at the marquee. Why can't they just make the KI marquee look like that? I mean, I know they can't have the Nintendo.
They can make it look like anything because they can just do a different scan.
Okay, here's a scan of one that doesn't have the Nintendo logo. Use the same logo, and don't
take Nintendo off of it.
Take the Nintendo off. Boom.
I wonder if it's a copyright issue, where if they use the exact logo, they would have to pay Nentendo, or there's someone they have to pay.
Well, I don't know because Nintendo
is very serious about their what they own.
They let Rare get all Killer Instinct, so Nintendo has nothing to do with KI anymore.
Okay.
They sold it off when Microsoft bought Rare for whatever reason. Nintendo did, so Microsoft owns Killer Instinct. But Arcade 1-Up used a scan that's in the Internet Archives for the Killer Instinct. That was very dull. It doesn't show the details in the blade. The Killer Instinct logo was reconstructed, and it doesn't have the blue that's in the Killer Instinct. It has more of a gray tone. There's a bunch of worthless stuff that I know.
Okay, well, Jason's saying that the Super Nintendo had a purplish title screen.
The title screen has nothing to do with the. They're right. The lightning's from the title screen, but the lightning isn't on the actual cabinet art. But I don't think that's something that AtGames has shown that they are passionate about is the cabinet art. They try to, change things, but they did stick true to the arcade on the deck. I think the deck was really close. And
Carlo has a good point. Like, I almost wish they would just release like 3 skins all at once. I know that's not what they like to do. They like to trickle them out one at a time. But what happens is eventually someone puts their money down on one, and they come up with something else that they like, and then they want, they still don't have the arcade, but they want something different. You know what I'm saying?
It
would be good to have like choices from the beginning.
Most people that are KI fans are going to want the KI1 art. There are a few.
You don't want the graphics. Yeah, KI1 is supposed to be a better game, isn't it?
If you give, it's arguable because KI2 is a lot. I think KI2 plays better. KI1's more complicated, but people played it. It was more popular game in 1994.
Look at this, Steps. Look at this, Steps. I'm gonna have to go on Discord and find this photo. Jason just sent me a photo.
Sweet. So
I'm gonna pull that up real quick.
Let me bring this up with you real quick. The special thing about Killer Instinct is when you walked into an arcade in 1994, you heard that announcer from KI coming in 1995 to the Ultra 64.
64, yeah.
And like people heard it. They were like there to play Mortal Kombat.
Combo Breaker.
And then they heard that stuff, and they walked over to the arcade.
Yeah.
And so I think to get Killer Instinct correct, you need to have nice speakers too. And I'm sure the speakers will be better especially for $1,300. Yeah. Even though I'm hearing that price isn't set, but all the influencers are announced it was $1,300.
Yeah, I'm not, because that hasn't been officially said. But I mean, it's possible that's what it'll be, but they never said.
Both P-Dub's video, P-Dub's video said it was $1,300. Rexer's video said it was $1,300.
Yeah.
And this other guy that has like 40,000 subs, the evil something or other, he said it was $1,300.
Oh, okay.
I've seen about 5 videos of people saying it's $1,300.
Okay, well, maybe that's what it'll be. I don't know, but I'm not going to say it's $1,300 because I don't know for sure. I don't want to tell people it's $1,300 and then it's $1,000 or it's more. God forbid. Let me. I got to go to Discord. So can you take over for a second?
Yeah.
Make it full screen just for a second. I'm not going to leave you hanging. I'm not going to pull T. McCloskey and go pick someone up in my car. But I just need to go to Discord for a minute. Okay, is that okay?
True? Yeah, you're fine.
Hold on the fort. Okay.
All right. So I think that, like I said yesterday, the cabinet looks very promising. I hope they change the art. I'd like to see it more traditional. I used to be the person who was like, let's see some modern look. But I don't feel the modern look has been working very well for them. I think they need to do some cleaner, more simple. Keep it simple, stupid art. And I think they should take from the basic cabinet design of KI1. That's just my belief. I like KI2 better, but that's just where I'm at with it. If you agree with me, sure. Cool. If you don't, all right. I have no plan at all. We're just here talking, waiting for Papa Brad. Jason
I'm getting it.
Jason said that he can't imagine they won't do a Battletoad skin. I think it'd be cool if they did a Battletoad skin. It's a really good arcade game.
Great game. I remember playing that. That was my favorite part of owning the KI cab. Was that night we played Battletoads all the way from beginning to end. I think that was my favorite part of owning the Killer Instinct cab. Honestly,
I've played that game
end to end. We played it from beginning to end online. That was a good experience. That, like, for a retro arcade experience, someone all the way across the country playing the entire game with no bugs. That was a good experience, I have to say.
Well, yeah, but also you got to understand that Code Mystics is the one hosting it, and Code Mystics is the one that programmed all of that. And they pulled a rabbit out of a hat because they got that to run on that PCB, which should not,
way underpowered,
did not run it. And it plays well. I do think it's a good cabinet. It's one of their better ones, but the only reason why I don't put it at the very, very top, like the Street Fighter Capcom Legacies that have 12 games that are online that play well, is because there's only 3 games. There's only 3.
3 games. 3 games. That's all you get.
Yeah.
There's some console games in there. I don't even think I played those though. There was some console versions of Battletoads. But those don't really count. This
is another point though. Arcade 1-Up couldn't sell Killer Instinct at 1,000. Why would Ad Games think they could sell it at 1,300? Just a thought.
Here it is with a bigger coin door. Jason sent me this image.
So that's showing that they're trying to fade in that sunset from the Orchid into that lightning, but the lightning's still over there at the top of it. I don't think that half and half look with the lightning and the sunset looks good at all.
Yeah, the whole front of this thing, needs a makeover.
It looks like poop.
Needs a makeover, and people that are blowing smoke that this is good. This is not good.
I don't want to hold back. I'd rather them, even though I don't like intend on buying one right this second. I'd like to want one because I like the concept.
Why wouldn't you want it to look great? But even if you're not getting one, why wouldn't you want it to look great right at the get go?
But that looks like poop. Okay, it's not acceptable.
It's not a good look.
Now, the other side of it with the spinal, with the lightning, I even though it's not what the retro people want, it looks somewhat okay. I don't necessarily have a problem with it, but the way they're trying to merge the two looks is just not working for me. Now, I think that maybe if they made the middle black and they wanted to insist on making it 2 different looks, okay, maybe. But I still think it's better to not do that. I would go all in on KI1 and black. That's what I would do. But I've said that 5 times already.
Yeah.
I almost made a KI2 cab, but I couldn't do it because the KI1 cab just is more iconic. It's just a very iconic cabinet. I like when you think of the top fighting games of the 90s, you're going to say Killer Instinct 1. You're not going to say Killer Instinct 2 because Killer Instinct 1 is the one that changed the game.
Yeah. Right? Yeah. The cab with spinal, I saw that everywhere. Like, when I went to an arcade, that one always stood out. The KI2 I didn't see too much. But I do remember Killer Instinct 1 seeing it a lot.
Now, the Orchid looks way better when she takes over the whole cabinet. But when you shrink her down, I don't think she looks as nice as the spinal does. It just doesn't work as well. And that whole side of the cabinet up above Orchid, it stands out like a sore thumb.
Yeah. If you think about it, like 50% of the artwork is like sky,
And look, they took that sky from the top, and then they merged it at the bottom of the cabinet where the right side, the bottom of the cabinet is all black. It makes 0 sense.
Yeah, because it's going like both sides are black. Both sides are black, and then you have this just purple for no reason in the middle.
Well,
look at that. Black, and then black, and then purple.
And then they have that orange there on the right side
at the bottom. At
the bottom.
We're trying to fade it.
Yeah, I get that, but the orange wasn't on the bottom of the other side.
Yeah.
So it doesn't work at all. Like, take a basic design course. I have.
I know you love graphic design, so I knew you'd have an opinion on this because just look at your thumbnails. You make beautiful thumbnails. My thumbnails. I spent about 2 minutes on them just to put something on a video.
On my Ad Games one, I had to. I did it in 2 minutes and threw it up because I changed the whole stream yesterday because I didn't know.
But you would not know from how good it looks because you're good at making thumbnails.
I went back and I touched it up a little bit because it didn't look great. But I had to change my whole stream at the last second, so that's why that was. Occasionally I try some ideas and they fail, and I know they fail, and I try to redo it. But and that's part of it, But this design here, we already talked about it now. It's being a dead horse. It doesn't look good.
Yeah.
Redo the whole thing.
Yeah.
And if you want to borrow the idea of the lightning, okay, but make it work better. Make it look cleaner, and get rid of the sunset with the lightning. You can't have dark lightning and purple lightning and then have orange sunset.
Yeah,
it doesn't go together.
Jason here with another comment. They need to go back to the skeletons. Just leave it alone. I know they don't want to be a clone of Arcade 1-Up, which they will not be, but there has to be a happy medium. I think the shape is really fine. I agree. I love the new shape. It's way better than the old one. But Just needs a little bit of loving. A little bit of loving.
Yeah, the other thing they could do, I don't know who designed it,
Mm-hmm.
but get Joe Sabo a call. I've not bought anything from the man, but I've seen his designs, and
Welcome to the stream, Brooklyn Menace.
They're cool. I like them. I still think they should go with the classic design. I really do. That's my number one advice. Go with the classic design. If they can't do that or they don't want to do that,
go with the classic. You know, people will still whine. It's not an exact replica of the original Killer Instinct. Well, it's not going to be either. It's not even the right shape. You know what I mean? But I mean,
if they're not,
it could pay more reverence to it. You know, without it. You know, but it's not going to be an exact replica.
Yeah, but if they made it look like the replica, but their shape, it works because it's black and red and skeletons go on it.
Okay, I mean, you know.
But
I got another picture. I got another picture coming in. Just give me a minute. I gotta edit it a little bit.
If they want to be more original about it, they should look at what Joe Sabo has done. I brought some of his art up yesterday during my stream because I just saw this and I thought Joe did a better job trying to make a custom KI than this.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for this? Are you ready? Are you ready, Steps? Are you ready to see the evolution? We're going to design the cab for At Games right now. We're going to help them out with their artwork. You ready?
Okay.
Here's the original. Okay.
Okay.
With the tiny coin door. The coin door looks puny. Puny. It looks way too small.
I see your glasses.
And then we did this. We're like, let's make that coin door a little bigger so it doesn't look so strange. And then you ready for this? Bam.
That's already an improvement right there.
Look, that looks like an arcade game. I got a question. Now does it look... And just the thing is, imagine when you're standing in front of this arcade, they could change the bezel too, but Jason, we're not pushing you to change the bezel too, but they could change the bezel. But standing in front of that, when you're switching between games, it's not going to be distracting. Whatever game's on there, you're going to see that beautiful marquee, which is a screen. And I think that would be a better experience. I mean, you tell me what you like more. Do you like this more?
No, that looks like poop.
Or do you like this more? I think this looks way better.
A million times better. Now, the other thing, though, is
don't touch this. This is fine.
No,
leave that. Leave that. Don't touch that. Leave that alone, At Games. But
if they insist on keeping the lightning and the spinal, put the same spinal and the same lightning on the other side too, with that black in the middle. That already is a huge improvement. Now I think it's better without the lightning and going more retro with it, but they're not going to do that. They want to keep the lightning, make it both on the same sides, get rid of Orchid.
So it matches.
And then if they want to make a KI2 machine to try to sell, make a KI2 machine. It's only KI2 because it looks so much better if they made it the spinal on both sides and got that black there in the middle, just like you have it. Yeah, that's a huge improvement alone. If they're not going to go full retro,
keep that the sides, and then go like maybe more of a black with a Rare logo. That would be pretty cool.
That's perfect. But on the other side, make it both the same.
Make them just reverse the direction of the skeleton.
I would give that grade. Like 85 out of 100.
An 85 out of 100.
If they went full in and just said screw it, we're making Killer Instinct 1. It's going to be spinal with the red KI logo at the top on each side with that black in the middle with the right marquee. Then I'd go probably 10 out of 10, right? But if they have to go this route, you're getting a lot better.
Yeah, I think so. I think that looks a lot better. I mean, right now, I mean, I think just from a design element, I think that works better as a multicade. But we'll see what they do. I mean, I'll be curious. This needs to be polled. Like we should, I think I'll put a poll up on my channel if people think that the artwork needs to be redone on the Killer Instinct, but
okay.
Yeah, without all the purple on the bezel, but the bezel is the easiest part. They can come up with artwork for that.
All right.
Just scan that in.
Can I share a tab or no?
Yeah, I think so. Try.
Let's see. What's this say? AMD software. I don't care about that. Chrome tab. Here we go.
Oh yeah, okay, it's coming up. So just add it to stage. There we go.
Okay.
Oh, excuse me. Let me get this corrected. Let me get this corrected. There we go.
So this is Joe Sabo again. I don't know why I'm shilling for this guy.
He does good work from what I've heard.
Yeah. Look at the bezel that he created. Pay him for the bezel. Just use that one.
That's good. That has a Nintendo symbol on it, though.
Yeah, take the Nintendo.
Nintendo's not going to fly with that.
Well, no, that's the marquee that has it. The bezel, I don't think does.
So I got my camera in front of me. Yeah, okay, the bezel looks good. Yeah, with the characters, that looks cool.
Yeah, so it matches that blue of the Killer Instinct marquee. So if they go to the retro marquee, they could very easily go with that bezel.
Mm-hmm.
Right? But they could keep the purple lightning on the bezel if they keep the lightning in the, design that they have.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, anything they could do to lower the price, because I think that the best way for them to sell this is to get it at $999.99.
$1,000. Yeah, that's better than $1,300.
I think that's the magic point right there.
Yeah.
They're probably gonna do a pre-order, get it early for 11 or whatever, but just sell the damn thing for $1,000.
Yeah. And like, you know what I've heard people doing too, which makes no sense to me. People, certain YouTubers are comparing this to the Unico cab. It's like that's an apple. That's an apple and an orange. I mean,
well, no. I mentioned it on my stream yesterday
because of the price. The price is similar, but I mean, it's like it's a totally different thing. I mean, like
it is. But
this is a turnkey ready arcade, and that's like a shell that you put something into. I can appreciate both of them, but it's totally different.
It's a different market, but it targets people with the same budget. So if somebody's looking at it and they go, I want to get a multi-cade, they might consider both options. Even though they're different, it gives you, it's
I know what you're saying.
Yeah. So I get it. That was my first thought when I go, okay, everything seems to be coming out now.
But do you think, I'm just going to ask you a question. Do you think AtGames released this because the Unico thing came out? So that they wouldn't be out?
No, I think they wanted to announce it before.
Or you think this was just the natural progression of when
they got it ready finally, and they were like, we want to start pre-ordering this in the start of the year. Let's announce it now to get people thinking about it, and then we'll open up pre-orders in January. That's what I think. I don't think they're worried about. I don't think Unico is
that big of a factor
either. It's right, but
how many are they going to sell those compared to this?
However, when you talk about the price point, then you start to compare.
It is a similar price. You're right.
The Unico still is not ready to go. You need to have a PCB collection or buy a computer.
You need to have something to actually run on it. You're only halfway there.
You're not going to spend $1,200 and then put a Raspberry Pi in it. That's stupid.
Oh God, put a Pandora's box.
You could put that.
I mean, like that's terrible emulation.
Or an SNK fight stick or whatever.
I mean,
it's
why spend all that money and have crappy emulation and have your games run like crap? I mean, I don't know. Like that would be the worst thing you could do. Put like a cheap like a Pandora's box in there.
I think I don't know who their artist is, but I would, man, if it's really a struggle for them, I would reach out to Joe and just pay him for the art.
yeah. Hey, look who we got popping in. We got Video Game Vegas. Welcome to the stream, Video Game Vegas. Happy holidays. Happy holidays to you. Papa and Steps, you both made it on Santa's nice list. On Jane Hates Everything stream. Did we? We made it on the nice list? Well,
really?
That's nice.
I did watch. I
thought he hated everything. I'm glad he doesn't hate me.
I did watch some of his streams recently.
He's actually a very good YouTuber. I've been watching his streams too. I like his content.
I didn't know what to say on some of his videos because, like, sometimes I feel like he's got very valid points, stuff that I like to say, and other times I'm like, okay, he's just very negative. And so And he has a right to be, and he's got an entertaining show, and he's got a market. And I've admired what he's been doing because he's been doing a pretty good job.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know what to comment because I'm still trying to figure out where I lie. Like I'm not a super shill or whatever. Obviously, I'm too ethical, but
Yeah.
I do. Sometimes, occasionally, things catch my eye. You know, like the Galaga Deluxe looks really pretty, but I know I don't want it.
Yeah.
But I keep seeing it. I'm like, oh, that looks really pretty. I think it looks really good. See, they did a really good job on that cab because they made it look like a Galaga.
Yeah, they got the nostalgia feels right.
Everything they got.
That's how they hook in. It's a trap, Steps. It's a trap. It's a trap.
Yeah, because once you put it looks.
And then you get it. You find out that the Pac-Man emulation's wrong, or that the Galaga is like, I don't know.
They got the look of that cab though. They got it right. Mm-hmm. And how often do you think they can make sales just off the look of the cab? So that's what Ad Games needs to look at.
Looks matter.
Sometimes the looks sell the cabinet.
They do matter. Looks do matter.
Just for the looks. Like if somebody wants to buy a KI machine, they're going to want it to look like what they want, right?
Looks do matter. Looks do matter. The original ALU was a fantastic machine, but everyone was always slag. I didn't think it looked that bad. To me, maybe it just grew on me because it played so many great games that I love. But I mean, people did not like the look of the original ALU, and they did address those once. People wanted something that looked more like an American arcade, something that looked, so I think they did address some of those things with this new design.
Yeah. So here's the other thing I was going to bring up. Well, At Games thinks that they can make, $1,300 on a KI. Arcade 1-Up couldn't even sell a KI for $1,000, the Pro. And they were giving away the regular KIs at $150. I think it's a good title for them. I think I would do a KI cab. But they need to bring something else to the dance.
I wonder if they still own the rights to Miss Pac-Man.
They own the rights for digital downloads to Miss Pac-Man.
Oh, but they don't own the artwork.
Not all.
So they couldn't do the artwork. They'd have to pay for the artwork.
It's a really weird license, and
was it General Computing Dynamics? By the way, that company that did Miss Pac-Man, they made most of the best 2600 cards. They made a ton of the great Atari cards. The same people that made Miss Pac-Man, and they started by making a clone of Missile Command that was so good that Atari sued them. Have you ever heard the story of them?
Well,
the company, General Computing Dynamics.
Send a link to our chat.
Send a link to your chat. Oh, okay, yeah. I can send Brooklyn a link. Hold on. Let me invite. Okay, just give me a minute. I got to open up Facebook. The other day, my Facebook was open and it blew up. So, I've been closing it, my Messenger, and it crashed my computer. Let me see.
Yeah,
Let me see here. I'm sending BrooklynMenace a link to hang out.
I know a lot about the Miss Pac-Man and At Games license that I don't need to know. Because I had a lecture from John D.
John D gave you a talking to.
He gave me a call and
you get talking to a scolding.
He told me all the truth about the Miss Pac-Man At Games license. So when Arcade 1-Up sells a Miss Pac-Man, At Games does not make money because it's a physical copy. It's not a digital download. Isn't that weird? But if you go buy it on Xbox, crazy. If you go buy Miss Pac-Man on Xbox,
At Games has their hand in that, huh?
Games gets money.
Gets money for that.
They
Interesting.
that. Yes.
That's cool.
It's really weird. I don't know why At Games doesn't just sell the share to Namco.
I don't know.
It probably keeps
some
them
reason.
Business, to be honest. That's what Thumper Squid says he can't play Miss Pac-Man on 8-way joystick. That's what rocks about having this iiRcade with the Glenn's retro show.
Yeah, it works so good.
Deck, because you just press a button and it switches over to 4-way, and I can play Miss Pac-Man with a 4-way.
So good.
Yeah.
Wonder if my capture card is going to run this, because this has that weird thing when you start where you have to select the hertz of your monitor. I wonder if my capture card will run this. Yeah, it looks like it. Boom, Soul Calibur. Yep. Cool.
If it wasn't for the shilling. Anyway.
See, Brooklyn Menace, I sent you the link. You should have the link in your messenger.
Thumper Squid, I have talked to Glenn's Retro Show. He is going to release more decks. They're not available as of yet. He started taking pre-orders on his shotgun.
Like $250.
Yeah, that's a hard pill to swallow, but
But I mean, it's probably worth it. But I mean, it's just
I have played a game with the shotgun, Brad.
It's great, huh? I got a lot of money out right now and stuff. I mean, I got to pay for
really,
a pinball. There's lots of stuff I got to pay for.
I bet you that shotgun has better performance than any other products you bought, because it's good. It's good.
Yeah, I love Glenn's stuff. I'm sure it's good.
I was hoping it was the same price as the regular Sindon gun, though. I'm not gonna lie, because the Sindon gun's $150.
Yeah.
So I might have to buy a regular Sindon gun first and see what I think, if it's sufficient for me, or if it plays as good. Because I've never used a real Sindon gun other than the shotgun.
Yeah.
The shotgun's the only one I've used, and that was in Cleveland.
I mean, look at this goodness of retro gaming. I have a GDEMU Dreamcast running Soul Calibur with an Atari Game Station Pro. And then I've got Primal Rage running on iiRcade. This is crazy, Steps. We live in a golden age.
You got Primal Rage?
Yeah, on my iiRcade. Look at it. It's running like a champ. It's running perfectly smooth.
Hey, what about Primal Rage 2?
I don't have that. That's a rare one. I think the only one that has it is Galloping Ghost.
Galloping Ghost does have one.
Supposedly one of the only arcades that even has that board.
I've played it. I've also played the real board of Tattoo Assassins.
I got a chance to play that when I went to Houston Arcade Expo had that game. I played
Tattoo Assassins?
Yeah, they had, hey, look who's coming in.
Hey,
welcome to the stream. iiRcadians assemble.
I mean, I'm just sitting here by myself. I see you streaming. I was like, yeah, I want to hang out.
Man, you always got keys to Papa Brad's live.
I was playing some Missile Command.
Yeah?
Yeah.
On what?
On the Atari 2600 Plus, huh?
No, I was playing it on my 12-in-1.
Oh, okay, cool. Awesome. The arcade went up. That's cool.
Yeah, I just jumped out of VR. We were trying to control a sub with the
I gotta watch it. How did it go? Did you make it through the mission, or was it a disaster?
It went how it should have went. It was a complete disaster.
Did you get rid of your Marvel Capcom 2?
I did.
Yay! Congratulations.
That was the worst arcade one-up purchase I made by far. I just have to be honest. To me, I also took the most loss on that cabinet. How much did you get for yours, Brooklyn?
$475.
Dang, you did good.
That's pretty good. I think I got $425. So there you go.
Well, you both got more than me. I can only get $350. I had it on Facebook Marketplace for like 2 months. 2 months.
What thing is I wasn't in any rush to sell it. It was there. So when people were trying to play around and like, oh yeah, I'll give you $200 for it, I would just, no. So
yeah, I hate selling stuff, man.
It went to a good home. The person
I'm not selling anything
showed
right
up
now.
today and he said like this game means a lot to him. So it's better than being in my hands and not being played. It's going to go to a home where it's going to get a lot of use.
Yeah, well, that's good.
Now, what I'll tell you, though, is that those original games didn't run as well on that cabinet as they do on the original cabinet, which was the other messed up thing. I was like, why is my volume going down on its own? Like, weird crap. And hopefully they fixed it, but...
Dude, it was a buggy mess. As a massive, lifelong fan of Marvel vs. Capcom 2, look at that. You can even hot ride. Look, you can even cheat. You can even open up the top of it while it's running with the mod.
I don't know how the hell you make the games that already ran well not run.
Exactly.
Oh well, new topic.
New topic. That's a sore point for me. I lost a lot of money on that one. It was what? Probably $350 loss when I sold it. It was a big loss.
At least you didn't pay.
I modded all the buttons and the controls because
At least you didn't pay $500 twice for Street Fighter 2.
Yeah, that would be worse.
You know, this is the first time I've ever sold a cabinet from this home arcade.
I sold all my arcade 1-ups except for 2.
But it's cool now. I got the.
I'm sorry, 3. I still have 3. I still have 3.
Instead of having my pinball machine straight, I have it more on an angle now, and I moved my 12-in-1, which you usually couldn't see in the shot because it was on the other side of the pinball machine. I moved that to where the MVC2 was.
Are you still selling the Ridge Racer, or are you going to keep it?
Yeah, the Ridge Racer is up for sale too.
Yeah.
You know what I like? I know Brooklyn loves this. I have like 4 screens up. That's his favorite thing. He loves it when I do that.
I think it looks good for what you're doing right now.
Yeah. But anyway. So one thing that I really think is cool, Brooklyn, is now all your arcades are spaced out. Everything doesn't look jammed together. I think it looks way better. Like when you sent me that picture, didn't you put some lighting behind your arcades to make accentuate them? Yeah, to me, it looks 1,000% better than having I don't jammed all together, smashed together right next to each other.
Like you don't need everything jammed up and hoarded in. It's nice having a little bit of an open space. Once the Ridge Racer is gone, I'm going to spread them out a little bit because I like to enjoy the actual cabinet art on the sides.
Well, that's not good.
The Ridge Racer looks good, though. I will say that.
It looks good, but I'm not playing it.
What I need to do is I need to have a big gap between.
It was like the MVC too. It was just there looking good.
That big gap. That way people's like, oh, what cab is it going to get next? You know,
yeah, I gotta.
I'm doing it all wrong. I need to make a big gap behind me. I never buy an arcade to fill it.
Brad, you got rid of a ton of stuff.
Yeah, like 10 cabinets. That's a lot. 10.
Brad's entire house was an arcade.
My entire house was an arcade. It was ridiculous. You know,
seen the pictures.
Wasn't as I think there were other people that maybe even had more than me, but downsizing them was good. I'll be a little more selective with what I bring in, I think. But
so I saw you were talking about the new Legends Ultimate, the 4K.
Yeah.
I don't like their choice of the way they designed the cabinet. I don't like the shape. And I don't like the graphic. I think, but they did listen to the community, with the pinball machine. So maybe if they hear it enough, they will fix the skin a little bit on that.
Yeah.
Not the deck.
Don't touch this. Don't leave it alone.
No,
leave it alone. Not that.
That's okay.
Well, that's what the original Killer.
Bring that back up again. Do they still have the trackball?
No, this is the improved. We went through stages. Okay, this is what it actually looks like right here. I
don't think the side is terrible. Just do something different with the front. That's
what everyone says. I showed someone's not even into home arcade this cabinet, and that's what they said. The front doesn't look good.
Don't you think that purple around the screen though is distracting? It's better for like a darker color around the screen. That way the screen pops more. You don't want
what they should do is they should make it black. They should make it black with spinal in the corner. That would be wicked. I think
the whole thing, both sides should be spinal. I mean, honestly, but we already said that 1,000 times. The deck doesn't need touch. The front does need to be black. That's 100% true. And I prefer they get rid of the lightning altogether and go black and retro. But if they're not going to, then whatever. Yeah. But get rid of the bullshit in the middle of the cabinet. Yeah, for sure.
And these cabinets are starting to get up there. What are they asking for that?
1,300 is the rumored price.
1,300 is the rumored price.
Damn,
it's a lot.
Yeah, honestly, for that much, I would just go with the new Unico cabinet.
Yeah, but it really doesn't. It doesn't have anything in it. You have to put.
It doesn't have anything in it, but you can.
It's actually more than that. I mean, what are you going to put in it? You're going to put something.
Honestly, if my purpose, I'm not getting it. But if I was, my reasoning behind that is because I want to be able to play the shoot 'em ups and stuff that you can't run on iArcade and other multicades, like the more modern stuff. So you can pretty much put, throw a Xbox Series X in there or whatever you know.
You can't. It's not HD screen. It's not going to scale right. It's a retro screen, so you got to run old stuff, Brooklyn. It's not high definition. So like modern consoles aren't going to work on it. You could probably put a Dreamcast in there. don't know why you do that, but you probably could.
The way I would do it is I would put some sort of
a Naomi board, like a real arcade board, you could put in there.
See, that's something app games could do.
In there.
They could start talking to these developers of these modern shmups, for example, like Gunvane, like Razion, whatever that NV Dev does, or NG Dev, whichever they're called, like stuff like that. Like that would help drive a more modern audience too. I don't know, but anyway.
I like Goofyfoot's description for his arcade room.
Looks like an episode of Hoarders without the trash and jars of piss.
Yes. I was at a house today that was just really gross. I don't even know if I should get into it.
I've been there, Steps.
It was bad.
You know, I'm in a different house every day, so.
Yeah, it's like, oh, there's towels all over the house because the cat just goes wherever she wants because she's old. And I'm like, and it smells so bad I want to throw up.
So is that, Brad, because I know you like to get everything. Do you have any interest? Like, or are you you're just going to go for the pinball? What are you thinking about this 4K?
I'm thinking I'm tapped out. I mean, this pinball, I'm an elementary school teacher. I don't make a lot of money. Pinball's
at this point,
a heavy drain on me. I can't go for another arcade right now.
If you got the Legends Ultimate 4K, like you might as well just get rid of your originals.
Yeah. But here's the thing, Brooklyn. If they don't fix the art, that's a no-go.
I think they'll fix it, and I also think that this is a sign of things to come. We can expect all kinds of different skins. For different IPs.
I hope so.
Because I think that's their new, business model.
I think it's good because
you're going to get
it gives you a choice.
You tell me there's not going to be someone out there that's going to have a whole line of those 4K pinballs with all the different skins.
Someone will. Carlo will. Carlo's going to have a line of them. He's going to have a whole row. He's going to have every model.
There's people that are still buying all the iArcade golds they can find on Marketplace.
They're hard to find. There's never any iArcades in my area.
I wouldn't mind having a whole line of iArcade gold.
Yeah, I saw that one guy. He had a Space Invaders, and he just went and bought 19K Fox's Double Dragon.
Well, good. At least it'll get played. It's good that the machine will get played.
I think he sold it for 600 with 2 guns. At least that's what he had it listed on, because he shows up on mine because he lives close enough.
That's a good price with 2 Sindens.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it is a good price. It's a real good price.
Yeah, he puts something up. I usually see it.
He's got an awesome arcade. I just watched his new video.
Yeah, he does have a cool arcade.
Fox, but he put a lot of love and effort into that room. That was he did a great job. But he made a mistake. He should not have gotten rid of that gold. Or maybe he didn't want to do the the soft mod, push games to it.
Yeah.
Well, he'd have to put another card in it, and I think he has enough cabinets that he maybe multi.
He's got a bunch of real cabinets.
If he's gonna have a cabinet that's a multi-cade, he wants something that can do content probably, and it wasn't gonna make content.
There's no content from it unless you're talking about playing games. And then let's face it, they don't play the games. They don't ever stream the games. Them playing them.
Oh, I got tons of content planned, streaming straight off the iArcade. So plenty of content to be made. It's like an endless array of games now, Brad. Every day is something different.
I know. Primal Rage. Crazy.
I was almost at one
game after killer after killer. What do you want? They're getting them all.
Do I even need my Legends Ultimate anymore? Taking up like a whole wall. But
I still love my Legends Ultimate. Yeah. Still, I like Robotron more on the Legends Ultimate than on the iArcade.
Especially with the bit LCD.
You know why? Because the when you play Robotron on the Legends Ultimate, the joysticks are ball tops and they're wider apart. So like when you're rocking that Robotron game, your hands are spread apart like they should be. The iArcade's a little bit narrower. I will say this: they got the emulation really almost perfect too on both of those. They both run really well. Even playing it versus a real arcade machine.
Yeah.
But I do like the Legends Ultimate is the best Robotron machine by far.
I like playing Black Widow
the champ.
on the Legends Ultimate.
I do too. I like any of the dual stick games that were arcade games. I like on there.
I just figured it out.
TV.
Your background has all these retro old arcade machines on the sides. It looks like Brooklyn's sitting in between all of these.
That's Brooklyn's new arcade.
Yeah, I was like, Brooklyn, when did you get a
all.
Donkey Kong?
He's got them all, man.
Steps, you know I was wrong. On the last show, I was saying that the trackball on the 1201 was better. It's the same trackball.
That's what I thought.
I know.
I was like,
I temporarily lost my mind or something. The spinner is way better. The spinner that he put out, the 1201, is
didn't they have a bigger size though on the Atari?
No, I thought it was.
Are you sure?
It's the same exact.
I swear it feels bigger.
Yeah. I mean, you can see the red one and the green one.
Okay.
It's the same one.
The control deck for me, other than the buttons it came with, is amazing. But that I have a button preference, I will say that. I definitely do. But I also think that I do think he could have put better buttons, but it would have raised the price. His price on it was really good.
They're not terrible.
I can't complain.
I have videos on my channel of how to sideload games. Papa Brad's Gaming. Just look up Mystery Encoder on my channel. I have a whole playlist where I show you every step of doing the Mystery Encoder mod and how to put the games on the machine.
The buttons have good reaction. You just got to get used to the fact that there's no click. They're super quiet.
I actually love that for like when you're on YouTube, it's really good. Just because from like when you're playing something, it's not so loud. But I feel you, Steps. I mean,
I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it anymore. I was like,
I've not switched mine out because I do like the quietness of them. But I do like those Sandwa joysticks, those buttons that are noisy as hell.
I'm not switching them out because one of my buttons, which of course had to be the A button, the one that you can use the most, it came loose. Like it was moving around.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, no problem. I'll just tighten it.
You're just spamming that button, you know?
Mine was glued, Steps.
Yours is
I don't know about yours. Mine, all of my buttons on the GRS deck were glued. It had you saw the the black bead.
He admitted. I talked to him and I said, Brooklyn said this. And then after I told him, he goes, yeah, there's blue Loctite on all the buttons.
Yeah. So the way I got it to tighten is I put a hair blower on it.
That's why
it melts the glue. Yeah.
There were a couple buttons when I was talking to you that didn't really have much on it, and I was able to get it off. So I thought, maybe there's no glue. What?
It's our show now.
I guess so. So I got them off, and then the next time I went back to revisit it, once I had to order something, those extra adapters, because I didn't want to cut the wires. Everybody's like, just cut the wires and then twist them together and use electrical tape. I go, I don't want to do that. So I bought those adapters so that I could, hook on to the actual micro switches, because it was like a difference in width of the connector. And it's like a 0.881 or a 0.110, I think. And I don't know, but
you're
I had
more of a competitive player than me, so I'm fine with the buttons that it came with.
Well, I'm not playing fighting games really on it right now because I like to play fighting games online. But I will tell you, when that Viper board comes out, I talked to Glenn and I said, will this run Linux? And he told me, yes, it will. So if I could put Linux on that Viper board, I plan on running Fightcade so I could play games online. And he said that the Viper board is going to have online capabilities. So to me, that's money. Like if I could play any of those games that are Fightcade online, which includes Sega Genesis games, Nintendo games, TurboGrafx games, any fighting games, shmups, beat 'em ups, like that's the ticket. That would make me very, very happy. I don't know why I'd want anything else, to be quite honest.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting the Viper board. It looks simple. You can already see that one button. You're just gonna plug it into that, give it power probably off of one of the USBs, and you should be good to go.
I need to talk people into getting Linux on it so they can run Fightcade, so we could play like Sunset Riders online or something.
The only weird choice on the deck is that it doesn't shut off. Like it's always glowing.
Yeah, you put it on a smart switch and just say,
leave it.
Oh, I don't. I just will be like, Alexa. Oh no, Alexa's gonna respond. I'll say turn off Killer Instinct because that's the name of my power hub, because that's what Killer Instinct's plugged into.
Alexa, turn off all of Steps' lights.
You're going through
Didn't
my
work.
headphones.
Didn't work.
My
Didn't
lights
work,
are
Brooklyn.
here. Alexa, turn off the Force.
Wow. It's like magic.
Alexa, turn on the Force.
Wow. Let there be light.
Yeah, the light is the Force.
Yeah, me. I don't have Alexa. I would have one of those clappers. That would be me.
Yeah,
You clap twice and the lights turn on and off. Remember the clapper?
Yeah, of course. That commercial used to run all day, every day when I was younger. That was modern technology back then.
That was cutting edge.
The Echo Show's talking to Jason now. That's funny.
So who in the chat room is going to grab one of these 4K Legend Ultimates? Now, is it coming just right now, announced just as that skin?
Yeah, they just announced Killer Instinct. That's all they've been as.
And is that going to be the permanent shape for it? It doesn't seem like they changed the bottom, but it looks like the top, they kind of squared it off a lot more.
Yeah, I think that is the new shape officially. That is the new shape. What do you think of the shape?
I don't like
it. You don't like it? What's wrong with it?
I don't like the top. It's just too squared off.
It is.
Oh,
it looks like a midway cab to me. Let me pull it up. I think it looks better personally. I do like the shape overall.
It doesn't look like a midway cab. A midway cab like has one and has those.
It's not.
It's better than the Swan. Yeah, I think that looks better.
Well, look at if you put that last one back up. It looks more. It looks more rounded, even though it's not on the Lightning than that orange and black. That Sunset is just not working with this shape.
Okay, now imagine it had different graphics, though. Imagine it had different graphics, like this, like
we
a whole different set of graphics on it.
It keep it simple. Go with the black and the spinal, and possibly the KI logo at the top. That's it. That's it. It's not that hard. Not that hard. But we already talked about it yesterday, today.
I didn't even know about it until your show last night, Steps. That's the first time I ever saw it.
So I had a different plan for my show. I was going to talk about what's left for Steps in Home Arcade. And then that got announced. And I was like,
you're transitioning to be an amusement park channel.
I have a different channel for that because you know why? Because people that want to watch my videos on Steps Gaming want to watch video game and home arcade content. Right. They don't want to see theme park videos. And if on my theme park channel videos, I'm just growing on that. It's new. I just started at the end of October. Those people want to see theme park videos. If I made a gaming video there, they wouldn't want to watch.
What is this? What is this?
Why don't you just consolidate all your channels into one and you can drink Mountain Dew on roller coasters while playing video games?
Exactly.
There you go.
That's
the new format.
The new format. No, on the roller coaster, playing the Evercade, the portable Evercade.
You could
drinking Mountain Dew
on any of the channels, and it works. I could pull off Mountain Dew on the gaming channel. I could pull off Mountain Dew on the roller coaster channel. But you can't. I don't know the gaming stuff.
I'd love to see you chug a Mountain Dew on King the Ka.
I don't think that's gonna go over.
Well, it hits 100 miles an hour.
Although
100 miles an hour Mountain Dew chug.
There's a ride at Holiday World called the Legend. It's a pretty rough
I agree, Jason.
roller coaster.
It's way better than the Swan design.
I have
100%
tickets
better
to the coaster enthusiast event there that not everybody could get in. It's called Hollywood Nights. And at Hollywood Nights, if you go on the Legend at night in the dark, you have to take a cup of water and basically put it in your lap and hope that you don't spill any for the ride. It's like a challenge. It's like the Legend Water Challenge. And basically, where you want to sit is in the front because everybody's if you're the closer you are to the back, everybody's water's gonna fly back.
Everyone's getting soaked in the back.
It's gonna soak you.
Some people like to be in the back car on the roller coasters. It's a totally different feel.
The back, different roller coasters have different preferences.
I like the front.
Well,
I like the front too.
I love the front. I will wait 3 or 4 turns to get on that front seat. I'm that person that will wait.
If you're going on a ride, if you're going for a ride that's steal and fast, front is typically the best. If you're going on a wooden roller coaster, go towards the back. That's what I like. If I'm on a wooden coaster, I go to the back. There is actually a magic seat on some rides, and like on the Voyage at Holiday World, which many consider the #1 wooden roller coaster in the world. I sit the second to last seat because the last seat is more shaky than the second to last. The magic seat with all the perfect everything, second to last seat.
Now, how do they determine that?
You got to find out.
And over and over
you
and
ride
over
it.
and over?
I rode it 10 times that day or whatever. How many times I rode it?
Some of the older wooden roller coasters, you feel like you've been in a fight when you get off those things. They really beat you up.
They beat
that's why you need to find the magic seat.
You find the magic seat. Find the magic seat.
Yeah.
One of these days I'll sell one of my mugs.
I started playing Roller Coaster Tycoon again. it's
I have to make some Friday night arcade show
I think Atari owns Roller Coaster Tycoon.
They do.
They do, huh? Mm-hmm. Atari's going to own everything.
The Friday night arcade show, that is such a fun, amazing show. And,
is it? Why does no one seem like they're having fun then?
What are you talking about? I always have a great time.
Good.
I have a good time. I love the show.
Yeah, I've missed it like hell, man. It's been great. It's like my favorite thing of the week. But you know what?
We're back next Friday.
That's awesome. You may not be having fun because you're the one doing all the work.
All the work. Like people are like,
I'm having a terrible time.
Why aren't you doing the iiRcadians? Because doing a show is a lot of work.
It is a lot of work.
When we started the show the last time, like we had a full panel.
Yeah, the iiRcade is a dead system at this point.
I say hi to everyone just like
it's Maine.
leaving.
Here's the other thing.
A little while for everyone to wake up.
When we did the video game buyer's guide episode, which I spent more planning on than like almost anything, I spent a lot of time planning that episode. I had fun with that episode. It was great. But it's one of the few times that I've actually planned something that I could say I enjoyed the stream, because most of the time I'm so planned in it that I'm trying to make sure everything goes off that it makes the show more work. But on this Friday, when I changed my whole topic and started the stream knowing nothing, I'm like, I don't know anything about this games, and I pulled stuff from Rexer's video, and
you sent me a link. You sent me a link, and then you act surprised when I show up. You send me a link, and you're like, "Oh, I can't believe he's here." It's like you sent me a link. What did you think was going to happen?
I sent everybody a link. Nobody was coming on.
I'm the only person that showed up. What's that say? I'm brave. I'm the only one that's brave enough.
I should have sent one to Brooklyn too, but I was like, "Oh, Brooklyn's not going to want to do this." But
Rexer really got that info early, huh?
Wow, man, he did. He
skipped
everyone, and man, P-Dubs was angry. Ooh, was he hot?
I saw that, yeah.
And he tried to blame me. I had nothing to do with any of it.
Brad, you get blamed for everything.
Anything that happens bad in home
Anything
arcade,
that happens,
people want to blame me. I had nothing to do with
fault.
Rexer getting that.
Yeah, the thing is, when you're... I think there's times where P-Dub shows that he does it for a job.
It's a business.
A business and not fun.
It's all about views and money.
I think someone in the home arcade community is setting Brad up.
Yep.
There's a mole somewhere. They give out the info and then blame Brad. I know for a fact that he did it.
I know for a fact
we speak off of YouTube every day throughout the whole day. So, and he's never mentioned. Not mention
anything at games.
He doesn't leak anything.
He never told me anything either. I had no idea.
So if he wouldn't
talk to you all the time.
If he was going to leak it, why wouldn't he leak it in a place where nobody else is going to see it?
I'll give it to Rexer. That's crazy.
Yeah, he would have told us because we probably wouldn't have said anything, but he didn't. I could tell you 100% he did not. And I will tell you, I found out from Rexer's video before I saw it from anywhere else because his video went up at 6:03. I just had posted my video about Dodonpachi DOJ right here, and his video popped up, and I looked at it, and my first word was the F word because I knew I was going to have to change my entire stream because that's what people are going to want to talk about.
Yeah.
Hey, got to be topical.
I did.
Exactly.
Yeah,
Video Game Vegas is saying arcade is not dead for me. It's not dead for me either in the sense that I still love it and I play it all the time.
Yeah.
But there's no store to purchase games from.
The only thing that's dead is the company. Like the cabinet
dead.
still lives on big time.
And technically, you can download games to it. It's just more complicated to do it now, but you can still get games. But you know,
I'm rocking Shredder's Revenge there in the background.
Yeah. Only one player still, or did they get a 2-player yet?
I don't know. I would only play it one player anyway.
I mean, you can play Antstream. Antstream plays perfectly on the iArcade. Like, what's up with that? I mean, like it was so untapped as far as what it could do. You know, that's why I think keeping a system open and connected, like AtGames is planning on doing, I think is the way to go. You got to have it where you can add your own games. I mean, it adds so much to it, you know.
Yeah.
If they took that away, that'd be a nightmare. I mean, I think a lot of people would jump ship, but I don't see they'll ever do that.
But did they get rid of CoinOps X completely?
There's not going to be CoinOps X probably, but on the new stuff probably not. But they're going to have other stuff that's probably going to be better. So
why would they make it better if they're starting to release and getting
CoinOps X is just a front end with pretty graphics. It doesn't actually run. It's not running the game. That's not the emulation system. It's just a pretty menu system that gives you a fancy menu that scrolls. Okay.
Here's what Rexer said: "Bring your own games is different from CoinOps X, and the sauce. Bring your own game sucks." That's what he said.
No, it's the same thing. BrooklynMenace will tell you if you run a game and bring your own games, it's the same thing as running in CoinOps. There's no difference. You're just not going through a menu. You just
don't have that nice front end.
Don't have that nice front end. People are like confused. Like CoinOps X is not actually what's running. It's the emulators that AtGames put on the machine.
Yeah, well, I don't think
CoinOps X. I still also mess with the built-in games.
I do too. I play the built-in games too. Yeah. I mean,
but yeah, I like the way CoinOps X looks. Like even if you're not playing a game, you know, I like the way it cycles through.
Yeah.
And with the bit LCD, you'll see like the marquee changing.
There are certain games that were great, like Goofy Foot's bringing up Saturn on the iArcade. I mean, that is a game that I always will want to play. I love that game. I mean, the retro modern games that iArcade got, they were fantastic. So, I mean, hopefully AtGames will get some retro modern games like iArcade had, because they had a lot of good ones.
That would be a good. I mean, they have a powerful enough.
They have a powerful chipset, and they'll have a 4K screen.
They should be able to run these new retro modern games with no problem. So they should definitely consider that.
Yeah, I hope so. They got Michael Spaybeck. Yeah, Michael Spaybeck. He knew how to get those games.
Seems like AtGames is really taking over the more like when we call these things toys, like an arcade one up.
Arcade.
I think they're going to dominate that market. They're gonna cause a lot of trouble for Arcade 1-Up, especially if they start putting out different skins.
They have to lower the price though to get there. They're not going to be able to at $1,300.
Well, that big price is for all the people that have to have it day one, and then it'll eventually. They're always running sales. It'll
always running sales.
Yeah, and Arcade 1-Up's been getting cheaper too. Like the Galaga Deluxe is available right now.
No, they're getting more desperate because they're not selling. They have all this inventory and it's not selling, so they're having to lower the price.
They just released it like within the last week, didn't they?
They don't do anything interesting, and everything that they do that would interest people that are really into home arcade is not a commercial success. So they're stuck in a bad place. They have to, if they want to
keep making Pac-Mans, and
they got to keep making Pac-Man, and everybody in the home arcade community,
Mortal Kombat and Street Fighter, period.
Another Pac-Man.
That's our whole business model.
Pac-Man. The shills are talking about it. The shills were talking about Pac-Man XL just a couple months ago.
Pac-Man XL has bad emulation. I got news.
I think all you're going to see out of them is the same cabinets, but the emulation's not good. They're just going to keep making
Namco, like, what's funny?
Sizes.
It's like at least AtGames isn't going backwards. Okay, Arcade 1-Up went backwards. They made that XL cabinet, and then the emulation is off on Pac-Man. How do you do that? How do you do that? That's unreal.
Well, they did that with the Marvel Capcom 2.
They did it with that too. That's true. But what I'm saying is, like, they take one step forward and 3 steps back. The Namco Legacy has better Pac-Man emulation than the damn Costco XL Pac-Man. I mean, that is
you see
so
where it's
backwards.
going now, like with what Unico is doing. I think these companies are starting to understand what the real hardcore audience wants, and now they're kind of like, the line is like so close between something that is affordable or something that can actually be in an arcade, because technically that Unico with a working quarter machine, that could really be in an arcade. So we're starting to see the lines blurring, and that's kind of like what people wanted. They want more real arcades, so they're doing that. Now you're gonna get the thing, and if you don't know what you're doing, you're just gonna have an empty shell in your house.
You're gonna have to learn. Yeah,
it's not like
shell with
it's not like the excitement of building your cabinet and then you turn it on
to play
and
it.
you're playing. Like, no, you still have some more work.
You got some work to do.
Wait, yeah. Pac-Man XL sucks? They all said it was great and everybody wanted it. How did people find out it sucks?
Pac-Man, all those Pac-Man games that I have on the iArcade, now that I could switch it over to the
four-way
the gate switcher,
four-way gate makes all the difference.
What else do I need?
You don't need anything else. Exactly. I don't feel like I lost anything.
And we're actually playing the actual ROM.
And the thing is, the chipset in iArcade was a big upgrade from the AtGames Legends Ultimate. And the next chipset on the AtGames will even be better. So think about that. How much you love the way the games play on your iArcade. Think about even a better chipset.
And they're not doing that just to play Killer Instinct. They have to have more planned. If they're making it that powerful. So I really do think that you might see them selling, stuff that we wanted out of the iArcade, the modern retro games. If they do that, man, that'll be a really
Nix, if you want, the link is in that in our group chat. If you want to come in,
we were pissing Nix off so bad. We were playing.
Really? Did you trigger
we were all running a
submarine
together.
Uh-huh.
All I was doing was smoking cigarettes. We were doing that. Nix was like raging. Nobody was listening to him.
Here's the other thing, though. They 100%.
The VR is very cool.
They have to get over it and offer an HDMI out on that cabinet, because that's what people do now. They stream. Everybody streams. I mean, it's like a common thing.
Yeah.
You need to have HDMI out.
Dude, the Game Station Pro has it. It's 50. I got it for $55.
It doesn't cost that much to put that in there. I don't know why they don't. They don't want people to stream it. But see, what's the point?
No, I don't think that's what it is. I don't think it's what it is.
This is going to be like the Friday night arcade show.
I think what they said that would add some inherent lag by adding a video out. But I don't see every other system does that.
You could program that out.
Maybe.
Or you put a chip in it that just processes HDMI, maybe?
I don't know. There was an engineering reason that they said it was better not to do it, but I can't remember what it was.
But yet, they have it working on the Core Max?
They do. Do they have multiple HDMI out on the Core Max? Can you clone the screen?
I think it's...
Or is it just for an extra
pretty
display?
Much the same as the lower powered one that we have. Just one HDMI out. It's just more powerful.
Yeah, it's just more powerful, right?
I could plug a USB adapter that adds another monitor onto my computer, though, too, and it works. So, I don't know. There's no HDMI on Arcade 1-Ups, and on my Street Fighter, I could just plug in a micro USB to HDMI. Boom, got video.
For Legends, you could do this whole thing where you can stream it right to your YouTube page. It's not very straightforward, but you can do it. But the thing is, it's not reliable. Like, it'll just stop working for no reason. And
that's frustrating.
It'll do that even if you physically have the thing plugged in, the Ethernet cord. Because when I first got it, I was trying that.
Yeah, I do like when they have the line out for speakers. It's a good idea.
I think they made a really good choice in moving all the connections to the back, because I always thought it was very strange having it on the front. Because who wants to see like wires and USB sticks? Like, like right in the front where the screen is. So
I
definitely
think they
good
think of it
decision.
like an engineer would think about it though. Like this is convenient. This is right at your fingertips.
It's
like
convenient.
I think
but
from an engineering, they look at everything. They look at it. I think that when they design, they look from an engineer standpoint. You know,
it forced me to buy like 90-degree angle
90
USB
degree
connectors to make everything like flow smooth and buy
so your
these
OCD doesn't
tiny-
go off when you look
Yeah.
at your arcade or your pinball.
I ordered really tiny USB sticks that don't
I don't
stick
care.
out
I just
much.
have that stuff jutting out of there, man, like a snake coming out of my arcade cabinet in the front. Doesn't
No,
bother.
that
Front to
drives me
side.
crazy.
Yeah,
This is the longest stream ever about a Dreamcast controller.
yeah. Well, I'll have to,
Is that what the topic was? Oh yeah,
Yeah.
you did say something.
Retro Fighter Dreamcast control. By the way, this thing is awesome. And I'm not sponsored or anything. I'll tell you, as a fan of Dreamcast, this is fantastic. More of this, more stuff like this, cool
So
retro
Brad,
stuff.
any more
that works
leaks
good.
this week?
Go to Castlemania Games, do code PAPA, and you will get 20% off.
Papa's got a new bag.